Here's video shared with CNN that shows a delivery driver being taken down by masked agents in Logan Circle. And nationwide, more videos of ICE encounters are going viral.
Hi, Talk family. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Triza.
And I'm Scholar.
On today's topic, we'll be concentrating on what is really happening in America today. America is at a breaking point. Immigration raids tearing families apart.
And also protesters are also banning the US flag. And a political standoff in Chicago whereby Governor J.B. Pritzker told Donald Trump to stay out.
What's really going on?
And why does it matter?
Let's break it down
in the videos below.
Here's video shared with CNN that shows a delivery driver being taken down by masked agents in Logan Circle. And nationwide, more videos of ICE encounters are going viral. Joining me now to discuss, Garrett Graff, journalist and historian. And Garrett, can you talk about the role of these videos, how citizens are starting to affect how ICE is seen?
As they certainly understand that they are under this increased scrutiny from the public, that you have sort of random members of the public trying to step in, document what is happening, you're seeing ICE actually get more aggressive, more violent, and more brutal in their policing tactics, which is exactly the wrong direction that one would hope a healthy law enforcement agency was heading. The challenge is, and worries me about these videos, is the extent to which ICE is blocking itself from that public accountability. You see them increasingly moving about the country masked. You see them not identifying themselves clearly with law enforcement credentials. And one of the things that actually really troubles me about a lot of these videos is federal agents, federal officers in high-risk situations, they don't wear name tags, but they have unique identifier codes that go on their tactical vests, on their uniforms. It's really notable to me that ICE is not wearing, in at least many of the videos that I'm seeing, those unique identifier codes that would even make them accountable internally to internal use of force investigations.
So ICE has been conducting forceful raids across the country, leading to families being separated and communities living in fear.
Supporter says ICE are upholding the law, but so many people are arguing that the detentions are cruel, they are unnecessary, are inhuman. Are they?
Please, brother. Wait, we'll figure it out. Brother, my wife, brother, my wife.
What crime for running?
Brother, my wife. Brother, my wife. Wait, brother, my wife, she can walk. Okay, brother, she can walk, brother. Hefe, she can walk. My wife can walk.
What's your name?
Eric.
What's your last name, Eric?
Mom says, I'm sorry. Brother, my wife can walk. Okay?
So a retired US Army veteran lit the US flag on fire near the White House. His protest came just hours after President Trump signed an executive order calling for the criminal prosecution of flag burning.
A veteran was just arrested outside of the White House for burning the American flag and using a megaphone to yell at Trump. Written this is burning the American flag is protected legal speech, and yelling at the president, it's very illegal and arguably the most American thing you can possibly do. This notably after Trump this morning signed an executive order trying to make burning the flag a crime worth a year in prison. Right, and all this, it comes as the president appears to be pushing the nation to the brink of conflict as he's announcing that he'll be sending troops to occupy Chicago in addition to D.C. and Los Angeles. Right, and you have him saying New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia are on the way. With Trump saying this is to fight crime, but many saying, make no mistake, it's to punish Chicago for not voting for him. Especially as Governor Pritzker noted today, 13 of the top 20 cities in homicide rates have Republican governors. None of those cities is Chicago, and 8 of the top 10 states with the highest homicide rates are led by Republicans. None of those states is Illinois. And this all comes as Trump threatened to occupy Maryland, seemingly because the governor was critical of him on TV. With many saying the president has become a full-on dictator while Congress has been away at recess, with him even saying today, quote, a lot of people are saying maybe we'd like a dictator. But hey, for now, follow to stay in the loop.
In this case, for some it was a powerful symbol of resistance, a cry against injustice, and for others it was a pure disrespect and an insult to their nation.
But legally, flag burning is protected under free speech, but emotionally it divides Americans deeper than ever before.
Young guardsmen out here wearing their body armor with no plates. If you're not wearing plates, you don't need the body. And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Yeah, incitement is
incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record.
And he declared that no president has the right to limit free speech. And regarding, he was right.
But instead of being charged for flag desecration, he was arrested for starting an unauthorized fire in a federal park. Who was right? Who is right? Tell us in the comments below.
Look, I look at Chicago. I mean, you got a really bad governor in Chicago and a bad mayor. But the governor's probably the worst in the country, Pritzker. But I look at how that city has been overrun by criminals.
I think what he's done in California has really hurt him politically, and so I don't think he'll do it in other places. But we know that ICE is coming once again in force to cities across the country. And so we expect to see them in Chicago. I don't know exactly how big the force will be, but I do know that he has used other law enforcement along with ICE to carry out his, ill-conceived mission to go after people who frankly are paying taxes and they're law-abiding and they've been here for many, many years. I think those are the wrong people to go after. We ought to go after the violent criminals. We ought to, people who get convicted of violent crimes, who are undocumented, should be thrown out of this country. So they should be taken out of Illinois and they should be thrown out of the country. That is not what they're doing. Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. Earlier today in the Oval Office, Donald Trump looked at the assembled cameras and asked for me personally to say, Mr. President, can you do us the honor of protecting our city?
I have some slob like Pritzker criticizing us before we even go there. I made the statement that next should be Chicago because, as you all know, Chicago is a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it.
Instead, I say, Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. You are neither wanted here nor needed here. Hopefully, the president will reconsider this dangerous and misguided encroachment upon our state and our city's sovereignty. If you hurt my people, nothing will stop me, not time or political circumstance, from making sure that you face justice under our constitutional rule of law.
In this case of Chicago, I was really wondering, is that crime really bad for the president to announce that he will send the National Guard to Chicago because of the crime?
We're asking this because even the governor himself defied the president and found Trump's move so unconstitutional. And nothing else but a political theater.
Yeah.
When I have some slob like Pritzker criticizing us before we even go there, I made the statement that next should be Chicago because, as you all know, Chicago is a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. Chicago, Illinois is a disaster. I have property there. It's a disaster what's going on in Chicago. And you get Pritzker, he's violating our rights. When I see what's happening to our cities, and then you send in troops, instead of being praised, they're saying you're trying to take over the republic. These people are sick. But I'm really saying, and I say this to all of you, in a certain way, we should wait to be asked because they have cities that are so under control, out of control. So we go in and fix it. They take the full credit for it. I think the Democrats better get smart. And, politically, I hope they don't. But actually, in terms of love for the country, I hope they do because it would be good to work together.
And in a nation built on liberty, ICE raids, and also flag-burning protests, this raises tension between freedom and liberty.
And there is one question that we should ask ourselves. Is the government really protecting America or are they dividing it apart? That answer is for you to decide.
And also, if you want such stories and more, please don't forget to share this video.
Like and
also
subscribe.
subscribe.
Thank
See you in the next
you.
video.